Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club. I'm Ken Trahan of SportsNova.com. It's great to have you with us this afternoon, and as always, we want to thank our hosts here at the Cannery, Vic, Tim, and the entire crew. We deeply appreciate their support. It's a great venue, and if you ever have any business, whether it's weddings, parties, make sure you come to the Cannery and do business with some locals who care deeply about this community. We also want to thank Compliance Technology and Jim Ravanack and his crew for their continuing sponsorship. Frank Shoe and Chad, along with the R&L Carriers, New Orleans Bowl, SportsNova.com, WHNO TV, WGSO 990 AM, and all of those that help support us. I want to remind you that your pick'em contest forms are on your tables. Make sure you fill them out, turn them in, put your name on there, and you'll be eligible to win. Last week we had two people that tied for first with only one wrong. And I had Charlie pick a name out and he picked Linda Slade. So Linda, come on up. And is Iggy here? Iggy, you here? Come on up and get your LSU media guy.
All right.
Congratulations, good job. And our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club, SportsNova.com, WHNO TV 20, WGSO 990 AM, and Friday Night Football Prep Player of the Week for the metro area for week number 3 is senior quarterback Andrew Hicks of Belle Chase. A senior, Hicks was instrumental in a road win as Belle Chase rallied from behind to win it brutally 42-34. Hicks rushed 21 times for 281 yards and 4 touchdowns. He passed for 32 yards as well for the Cardinals. Hicks is coached by Stephen Myers, and he will be honored at the year-end luncheon of the Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club coming up on December the 15th. Congratulations to Andrew Hicks for a job well done and obviously well deserved. We always get started with prep, so we'll get started with our prep speakers first of all. He's in his second year in his alma mater, Edna Karr. He led the Cougars to the 4A state championship game in 2013. As a player, he was a prominent performer and member of the 1993 Carr State Championship team under Don Wadney. Carr will play John Curtis this Friday night at Musperlino Stadium in Kenner in a huge contest, not only area-wide but statewide. Please give a warm welcome from the Quarterback Club to Coach Nathaniel Jones of Edna Karr High School. Nate?
First of all, I'd like to thank Ken and the Quarterback Club for having me here today. You see me from time to time talking about Carr, and one of the things that is really special is our tradition. And we always speak about playing with pride and playing with discipline. And hopefully when you come out to see us, that's what you'll see. A disciplined team, play with pride, and a few athletes out there. Going against John Curtis this week, everyone in the state knows what that brings on. You're going to get downhill running, some big guys coming at you, great defense, great coaching. It's a privilege to actually go against JT, one of the greatest coaches in high school football ever, I would think. Our task is a huge task to go and play those guys, but it's something that we look forward to. Our guys look forward to those big-time games. The big-time atmosphere. I think playing against a John Curtis and a St. Augustine, St. Paul, people like that in the pre-district, it helps Louisiana football. And that's what we're about. We want to try to match up with the best teams in the state and try to give our fans, great high school football. We're starting a young quarterback right now, Alden Clark, a kid that's really learning the game. Lost a lot of guys last year, but we have guys that are eager to play and eager to make their niche in the Edna Karr history books, so to speak. The year's been up and down, learning experience for us, but I think our guys are growing, and that's one thing we're stressing to our guys is with each week, we should try to look to get better each week. And as long as we're getting better each week, we'll be fine. And that's, I think, what you're seeing. Lost a tough one early on against St. Paul. 1-point game, last second play, touchdown by them. But our guys learned from their mistakes in that game, and I think it helped us to win a close one against St. Aug as well. Like I said, a tough task against John Curtis this week coming, but it's something I think our guys look forward to. And, you know, I think it's something that's great for high school football in our area and our state. With that, any questions for me?
Talk about your recruits.
Recruits, as far as recruiting-wise, we have a LSU commit, Isaiah Washington, 6'4", 6'5", 255 pounds. Great kid. You know, 2.9 GPA, just on the cusp of that 3.0. We're trying to push him along that 3.0. But great kid. He's going to represent LSU well and represent Edna Karr well. Devin Jackson, recent commit to ULM. He's a 315 pound, 6'4", 315 pound offensive tackle. We project him to end up playing probably guard on the next level, but he's a big mammoth guy, great student, 23 on the ACT. Tyron Ferguson, Oregon State commit, you know, great kid. Mom's a principal, 6'2", 205 pounds, real athletic. He kind of reminds you sort of Donnie Alexander, who's a commit to LSU, who's playing on their special teams unit. And we have a few other guys that are in the mix right now. Kalon Beverly, who's a 6'2" corner, probably 190 pounds. Tulane is one of the teams that comes to mind when thinking about his recruiting process. But you know, we have a lot of guys out there that are doing what they're supposed to do in the classroom and giving themselves an opportunity to actually play on the next level. What I'm proud of, our guys are doing it in the class as well. Ravon Williams, who has multiple offers right now, he has a 24 on the ACT, and you know, to be a guy that's 6'4", 285 pounds, to actually say I'm not just a football player, I'm an actual student as well, and we're getting it done in the classroom. That's what I'm really proud of. You know, we have several kids with 24s, 25s, 23 ACTs, along with sprinkling with 17s and 18s. But you know, our guys are really looking to get it done in the classroom. So it's not just about the football aspect of it, but also for building them as young men.
Yeah.
So.
With Javar Luke being the former coach now at Louisiana Tech, is he bringing any of the Carr players up there to play for Tech?
Quantum Moore just signed with him last year, a linebacker, inside linebacker. He comes in periodically and stop by, and you know, a lot of the guys he coached, so he kind of knows the skinny on the guy, so to speak. So, you know, like a Kalon Beverly, he already knows what the kid can and cannot do, you know, the mental makeup of the kid. So he has that advantage as opposed to some other recruiters. You know, just like even with a guy like maybe a Stanley Morgan at St. Aug, he's faced that kid before, so he has some familiarity with those kids. So I think it's helping him as well. You know, and then just the connections he has throughout the city with the local coaches.
Coach, you've had a lot of success. How much experience does a typical player have when he gets the car? Is there a youth program over there that you're going through?
You know, I left New Orleans probably, I think in 2001. And in 2001, the junior high programs were still intact in Orleans Parish. I can remember that vividly. Al Ott, who's a mentor, one of my mentors, just like a father to me. He was my junior high coach, and I credit a lot of the success we've had at Edna Karr due to our junior high program. I would like to see the junior high programs re-implemented in some form or fashion, because now you're getting a lot of the kids out of the NARD programs, which is really good, but I just think it helped to have them at the school. So.
Coach, we asked you that question last year about the recruits. It would have been until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This year, you know, you may not have as many. Talk about the difference of coaching a team that has the amount of talent you had last year, be it real talent or perceived talent or whatever, and perhaps this year.
I think sometimes when you're really, really talented, it was kind of hard to disguise that to our own kids last year. You know, they knew they were talented, you know. But I think what this team really understands is that you can be talented and not reach that ultimate success, ultimate goal. Because you look at our game against East Jeff last year, when you look at it on paper, you would think, you know, hey, hands down, Karr should win this game here. But I think the guys this year understand that if you're not disciplined, if you don't do the little things right, if you don't pay attention to the details, it doesn't matter how talented you are. You know, we can see that in games past. You know, with trying to manage those high-profile kids, as opposed to this year, not as many high-profile kids, but kids that understand the value in team and that talent is not going to just be enough, especially when you get to the dome. When you get to the dome, it's going to be about, you know, hey, I have my brother's back and we're working together and we're doing things as a team. You know, the morals and values that you learn along the way. And I think this team understands that, and I think that's going to be part of the reason they're going to be successful this year.
Anyone else?
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.